I'm Gwen Preston of Resource Maven. I'm here at the Metals Investor Forum in Vancouver in January. It's lovely outside. And I'm joined by Charles Funk of Heliostar. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so obviously a huge year for Heliostar last year. Near the end of the year, you came out with the updated resource for the high-grade panel at the Paula project. That was a great number, 1.1 million ounces if you combine these categories. And I would say that it's better than even what you had sort of guided us to expect. How did that come about? How did it end up being better than you expected?
Yeah, I think, well, first of all, we always try to underpromise and overdeliver.
It's a good approach.
We give ourselves a little buffer. But more significantly, we learn a lot about the ore body that unlocked a lot of gold. I've said before, we would have done the first steps that all the previous operators who spent $100 million on the project would have done, but we had the benefit of all that data.
Yes.
And the simplest way to put it is it's drilled 90 degrees in the wrong angle. And so that left a lot of open doors, and that's how we're able to add so many ounces at such good grades.
It would be hilarious to go back in time and look at how many projects benefited significantly when somebody, after many, many, many drill holes, finally turned the drill 90 degrees or like drilled the other way or something, right? It's ridiculously common.
It is. It's very common. It's because you're biased. If you're only looking in one direction, you
don't realize what you're not seeing. Yeah, absolutely.
And but you do have to credit to the people before us. You're standing on their shoulders.
Yes.
It's easy to look smart when you got that data with you.
For sure. Okay, so now you have this really robust, high-grade panel, bigger than you even expected. Now, of course, the next big push is to wrap a really clear mine plan. It's going to be a PFS-level mine plan that you're wrapping around this. Talk a little bit about timing and sort of scale and what you're expecting to put out in that plan.
Yeah, so one of the keys this year is that PA. It's a bit interesting because there's a PFS on the open pit.
Right.
We will do the feasibility study next year. So it's almost just like a rescoping economics, which we'll call a PA. Because there's so much done at that level, we'll look to deliver the PA this year, roll that into the feasibility next year. We'll keep moving quickly. We'll be aggressive and continue to grow the resource. Like, I don't think it's beyond the realms that we can be 1.5 million ounces plus at better than 5 grams. So that'll be two big catalysts for us this year.
And to talk about growing the resource, okay, so the resource at the panel that you knew improved when you turned the drills and sort of saw different aspects of it. You also discovered a parallel panel that is adding to the resource now and is clearly there. And then you put out a really cool map later in the year that showed similar looking targets. So talk to me about those targets.
Yeah, it's something so we recognized that east-west was the main control and got lucky to find the parallel panel. The holes had to go through there. And then you've got confirmation. And as we did the resource, we're looking at there could be more of these.
Yeah.
They haven't been drilled well, and there's a lot of encouragement. So the drill program will probably cover 3 things. It'll be growing the high-grade resources, both the high-grade panel. We think there's 200,000 to 300,000 ounces additional that we can bring in there. The parallel panel, we think there's 100 to 300,000 ounces that we can bring in there. And then there'll be a series of drilling and increasing the confidence, moving indicated and inferred up the category chain, and then exploration on these growth targets. Paula is wide open at depth to the north with all these parallel structures. Yeah. You could do a lot of drilling. We'll start with the highest impact.
What are you most excited about that's going to come this year for Paula?
We're working on, capital markets are tough at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
The cost of capital is high, and we've had to be innovative. We did something we think that was quite clever in November with the warrant incentive. Remove a large part of the warrant overhang and cheaply bring cash into the company.
Yeah.
So we'll look at similar things, in particular, the potential to push the decline into the ore body and bulk sample a portion of the gold. There's more gold in that than it would cost to do it.
Yeah.
And so we've got like a self-funding or non-equity potentially pathway to significantly de-risk the project. So look for that in Q1. We're doing that work at the moment. We've got a few rabbits in our hat to create value above and beyond the resource growth and de-risking.
Fantastic. Well, this project has moved ahead really quickly since you acquired it. What's the time frame now? It's been a year?
It'll be a year in March.
Oh, it hasn't even been a year. Goodness. So much has happened at this project since you've done it, and now you clearly have a hugely busy year ahead. So I look forward to keeping up with the news.
Thank you. We will.